Yeah, Assalamualaikum and good day, Doctor. We are from Group 17, are going to present on our experiment entitled Surface Tension Measurement in Different Water-Based Solution. My name is Nurfuzahida binti Ismail, 192231.
My name is Jampatia binti Wamaisan, 193844.
My name is Anisa binti Hassanin, 192531.
My name is Ibrahim Ahmed. My matric number is 186463.
Okay, for the procedure part 1 is the measurement of water surface tension using different type of base solution. First of all, we need to prepare 2 plastic cups with hole to put the straws, and then we put the stones inside to weight down the cups. Second step is place the connected T straws to make the single beam balance, to make sure that the end side of the straw is a cup holder and also the needles. And step 3, place 100 ml beaker that contains water with the needle that touch the upper surface of the water. Next, we put the grams of rice grains into the cup holder for the needles to rise off of the water. Step 5, the number of rice grains used to rise the needle is then required to measure the surface tension of the surface. The step 3 and 5 are repeated to obtain a total number of 4 observations. Now the experiment is repeat with another type of base solution, which is salty water and cooking oil solution. For the part 2, we repeat experiment part 1 with different concentration of salty water, which is 10%, 20%, 30%, and 40%.
Okay, next is for the result. This is our result for the part 1, which is we measured using the different type of base solutions, and this one is the result for the different concentration of salty water. So for discussion for factor number 1, which is we differentiate the type of base solutions. So from the result obtained, we can see here the salty water have the higher surface tension compared to other, and then from the result we obtain that the cooking oil and the plain water have a higher surface tension, but and plain water should have the higher surface tension compared to cooking oil. So there is some error during the experiment. From the ANOVA, the p-value is higher than the alpha value, which is 0.05, and so we failed to reject the null hypothesis. Okay, next I will pass to Ibrahim.
So I will continue with the second part, which is we actually want to find the surface tension of water at different salty water concentration. So the salt water concentration was reported, and based on each concentration we wanted to find the response variable, which is the surface tension. To test, we have the null hypothesis, which is that the mean of surface tension at every salt concentration is the same. So we wanted to test that, so we did a ANOVA one-way test, and we actually observed 2 observations, which is the F value and B value. F value obtained was less than the F critical, and another observation is that the P value was much more higher than the selected one, which was 0.05. From these 2 observations, we actually can conclude that we are failed to reject the null hypothesis, and actually we can conclude that the actual mean for every saltwater concentration is the same. However, in theory, surface tension is just a surface property, and this surface property is actually due to the hydrogen bond, which is actually weak. But when we dissolve some salt in the water, it actually form a much more higher energy molecules bonding, which is Na plus and Cl ions. This should result in a much more higher surface tension. However, I think the error was that we didn't actually dissolve enough salt in the water, so we couldn't really observe this effect on the surface tension.
Okay, for the conclusion, the objective of this experiment is to measure the forces needed to pull out the needle from the different water-based solution and to compare the surface tension of water and other water-based, and also to measure the surface tension of each solution individually. So for part A, the lowest value of surface tension was plain water, while the highest is salty water. This is because the higher the density, the greater the surface tension. For part B, the lowest value of surface tension was 1 spoon of salt added into a water, while the highest is 3 spoons of salt. Salt is a surfactant, which is a compound that either lowers or breaks surface tension. So that's all from us. Thank you.